Let's move on to the 57th episode, and the unusual thing is that it was divided into 2 parts. From what I understand, this is because Defak did a lot of work on this episode and decided to split it into 2 parts because he was running out of time. The episode begins with a trio of cameramen hiding from the Titan radio man who is slowly destroying their comrades. And even the tank with the anti-parasitic ray does not help. To the rescue, as always, comes the cameraman Titan. This is supposed to be the first time these 2 Titans ever meet. The cameraman Titan throws up his finger and uses a defense mode where he hides the core and exposes 2 cannons on his shoulders. The radioman Titan with the Fury begins to attack with all weapons. But the Titan cameraman with his shield is slowly approaching him. After receiving a couple of strong blows, the radioman Titan flies away to a safe distance from the Titan cameraman. The Titan cameraman uses his ability to magnetize and throws the radioman Titan to the ground. The radioman Titan applies a sonic wave, recently revealed new ability. But that doesn't help him. Then the G-Man in glasses comes to his rescue. He has as many as 6 laser installations. The G-Man attacks the cameraman Titan with 6 rays. The cameraman immediately jumps on him and knocks him to the ground. Meanwhile, the radioman Titan rises and loads his weapon. We needed someone to buy time for the Titan cameraman. And that someone was the plunger, who lands on the back of the radioman Titan's neck. And we see what happens next. It's a pity for this hero. His camera's light went out. Let's look at the second part of this series. It continues from that very moment where we stopped. The plunger bought the Titan cameraman some time, but then something changed. Namely the fact that in part 2 we are clearly shown that his lights didn't go out. Most likely Defak did it in the first part to create more hype in anticipation of the new episode. The cameraman Titan takes off with the G-Man, and as you can see, the core of the cameraman Titan has been opened. The G-Man fires all his lasers as usual, but fails to notice that the cameraman Titan has opened the core for his signature blue fire attack. The cameraman Titan then delivers a devastating hammer blow that is very difficult to recover from. Then he turns his anger on the Titan radio man and just flies into him at high speed and tosses him back and forth like a child's toy. But suddenly, the same Skibidi in a welding mask we saw in the distant 47th episode during the battle with the Titan TV man sneaks up behind him. Instead of hands, he has 4 sword devices with which he stabs the unprotected areas of the cameraman Titan. But it doesn't do any damage. As we know, it is necessary to hit the core, as it is the weakest point of Titans. The Samaraman Titan carefully removes his welding mask and destroys the Skibidi's head with a special blow. This move is usually used to stun opponents, but the Titan's punch is so strong that it just kills him. The swords detach and continue to stick in the Titan. At this time, the Titan parasite flies up from behind, but the cameraman Titan catches and destroys him with ease. While the cameraman was busy, the radioman got a break. He attacks the cameraman once more, and the cameraman even recoils a little bit. But suddenly the TV woman appears on the radioman Titan. She climbs up to the radioman Titan's parasite. The radioman Titan had already pulled his hands back, and then the Titan cameraman grabs both hands of the radioman Titan. The radioman Titan began to use the sound wave to fight. Severely wounded, the G-Man comes flying in with no goggles and no modern gadgets. He's covered in wounds and burns, and he's charging the last 4 lasers, but then the cameramen from the beginning of the episode come out of hiding and the camera woman appears, and that's what happens next. The Titan radioman finally gets rid of the parasite he contracted in episode 32. The TV woman picks up to fix the plunger. Here we also see the same TV woman fan with the tie who is also seriously injured. He thinks she's going to pick him up too and reaches out to her, but he has to wait for a helicopter with repair cameramen. The parasite is still alive. I think he's delirious. The TV woman must have tried to hypnotize him and succeeded. The Titan cameraman kills him by crushing him with his foot. Next we see the Radio Man Titan, who is very sad about what he has done. Even though it was the parasite that caused it, he probably feels guilty for allowing himself to be infected. He's flying off somewhere. The cameramen show like each other. The episode was very eventful. The battle is worthy of praise. Everything was hanging by a thread. The intrigue lasted until the end. Everyone tried to buy seconds of time, risking their lives. The episode also echoes the TV Man Titan's battle with the same opponents. DeFox shows us the key difference between the TV Man Titan and the Samaraman. One does everything alone, relying only on his own strength. The other helps his allies and appreciates their help. You can judge for yourself which option was more effective. I have two hypotheses. One is that the Radioman Titan remembers everything that happened to him when he was controlled by the parasite. And he may have gone to destroy all the Skibidi bases. The fact that the helicopters with the agents followed him suggests that. The second hypothesis is that he doesn't remember anything and therefore will be despondent for the next few episodes and unlikely to help the agents in any way. This is the end of the highlighting and commenting on the main points of the video. Thank you to everyone who has watched this video to the end. I really appreciate it. I have the best audience ever. I encourage you to share your thoughts in the comments. Like if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Bye, everyone.